switch. Make that switch to Werner Kia.
Hey everybody, we're back. Another Friday edition of Werner Kia's podcast, where we come to you every week about different tips and tricks for you to make your car buying process, car financing process, a whole lot easier when you're visiting dealerships. Today, got Lucas, as always. I'm going to just start calling you my co-star, okay?
Yeah, basically.
We'll do that?
Yeah.
That's cool?
Yeah, that's
all
cool.
right, well.
We'll make nicknames down the road.
Yeah, we'll work on that later.
Yeah.
All right. But we're back today to talk about co-signing. And 2755 West Tennessee Street right here in Tallahassee at Werner Kia, you'll see Lucas, you'll see any one of the sales representatives. When you walk through that door, they're going to roll the red carpet out for you. Make sure you come, you see what you want, you drive it, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do everything they can in their power to get you to where you need to be, all right? Talking about getting where you need to be, the process on leasing, buying, getting a vehicle from Werner Kia, co-signing was a huge topic that we discussed in the past. Let's talk a little bit about co-signing. What is co-signing and how does it work?
So, especially when it comes to co-signing, think about it as a way to get approved for a term or a rate, or to just get an approval in general. You know, there's only so much, things happen to people.
Right.
So the last thing we want is for our customers to feel toughened out and just defeated when they can't do it themselves. Sometimes a little help on the other side, that's the co-signer, is all it takes.
Okay, cool. What are the advantages or disadvantages of having a co-signer trying to buy a vehicle from Werner Kia?
Well, I mean, I can't even name you a disadvantage.
Well, for individuals with limited credit history, low credit, challenge credit, how can a co-signer help with a major impact, lower that rate, or get them a vehicle that they really wanted? How does that whole process work? So somebody walks through the door, they have challenges with their credit. You tell them you might want to find somebody to co-sign for you, and then that opens them up to a whole nother avenue to get a better price, a better interest rate. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, especially when it comes down to it, every vehicle's got their own individual price.
Okay.
So, of course, each car you land on is going to be different.
Okay.
But I actually I'll summarize a really good story that I used to tell my salespeople. Me and another gentleman working here, still is here. We had a customer that came in from Alabama.
Wow.
People come from all over the place to see us. Came in, and the car that they wanted, they said, Lucas, this is the car I want, was a Kia Sorento SX Prestige.
Wow.
So they wanted the
nice car,
the big car.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all about it. All they cared about was that car itself. And I said, is this the vehicle you plan on driving till the wheels fall off? They said yes. Okay. There's only one problem. Banks did not want to pick it up, give an approval. Lo and behold, and a lot of people don't know this, but you can send a link to that person who's willing to help you out, and we'll FedEx, email, we'll do everything over the phone with them. Makes it to where they don't even have to stop by here just in order to see a piece of paper. So, with that being said, they called family in Michigan.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. Called a family member in Michigan, and it was Grandma. Grandma did everything she needed to on the computer, and 30 minutes later, she was in the finance office and then out on the road.
Wow.
They
all
love
from
us.
Alabama.
All the way from Alabama.
Car that they wanted, they came and got. Are there any type of criteria that they need to meet financially to be able to co-sign for somebody?
No, especially when it comes to co-signing. I mean, the bank will know best. At the end of the day, we're really just the messenger.
Okay.
They'll let us know exactly what we need, and we'll pass it on to you. We're all about full transparency to make sure you get in the car you want. That's why here at Werner Kia, it's not about what can we get you approved for or this and that. It's about, hey, I want you to go out there, pick a car that you want, and work with us, and let's make it happen.
Okay. Can you share some tips or advice for individuals who are considering co-signing for somebody, for a family member, for a friend, here at Werner Kia to ensure a smooth and successful transition when they come in to help?
Especially when it comes down to it, I always tell people, talk to the family first. Score is one thing, but there's a lot of other factors.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because I'm always thinking that it's score. So co-signing just doesn't have to do with good credit, right?
Yeah.
So it has different levels to it. If I co-sign for a family member of mine, you know, they're gonna look into my history too. It's just not I sign and drive just to co-sign for somebody, right? So they're gonna pull my credit. They're gonna do their due diligence to make sure that I qualify. Because if something happens to that person, then I become responsible for the vehicle, right?
That's right.
Essentially co-signer, right? But if my situation isn't looking as good as that person, can they find somebody else, or is it just that one person co-signer and that's it?
No, I mean, you can pick as many people as you like.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's all about just putting it together, putting in the effort,
Okay.
and getting it over to the bank. No, we can't force our customers to get into a car they really like.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
they have to want to.
Okay.
And when that happens, you know, that's where we get the most smiling faces. You know, last thing we want you to do is to pull the trigger on something because you had this little bit of space in between knowing this is what I want and choosing what you don't want.
Right.
You know, you'll be back in a year and trade it.
Well, if you want more information on co-signing or anything else that Werner Kia has to offer, make sure you come and visit them, 2755 West Tennessee Street, or visit them online at wernerkia.com, and they'll make sure that they'll try their best to get you in the vehicle of your choice and driving away today.
Whoa, make that switch to Werner Kia.